Hi, welcome to the Do It Guy. It's time to do something again, and this time we're gonna make a potato harvester from scratch. I don't really have a plan yet, I'm gonna make it up as I go. I will show you all the ingredients, what I bought, and how am I putting it together was the plan, and we'll see what we're gonna have at the end. Alright, so this is what we have. I have a track. I couldn't make that, I actually had to buy it. And the best place to buy it from is a potato farm. They have this. Sometimes it gets old, they don't use it anymore, they have to upgrade, they're throwing it out. I bought it for $50. It's 16 feet long, so that's quite long. Hopefully it's gonna work nice. I purchased a couple of angle irons from a metal supermarket. They're 8 foot long, because it's 16 the whole track. When I split it in half, it's 8. So I have the 8 foot long angle iron. I purchased some gears from Princess Auto. So these gears just fit in there perfectly, as you can tell. Hopefully the gears are big enough. I wish I could have found something bigger, but I couldn't. And I also bought these. These are bearings. These gonna go on the angle iron, and through these bearings I'm gonna have this metal bar, which I also purchased from Princess Auto. Princess Auto is a pretty good store, so I'm gonna have this guy going right through. Yeah, just like that. And I'm gonna have the gear on it. This fits just perfectly as well. Just a few welds, bolts, and the chain and all that stuff. I'm gonna have some extra bars for supports, piece of angle irons, just in case. I also have a rear diff from a 2002 Honda CR-V. I scrapped the car and I saved this one. I also have the drive shaft as well, which I'm planning to use, from the PTO into this guy. I also bought a metal plate, pretty thick one, heavy duty. That's what this plate I'm gonna use to put on the front to go dig into the dirt. And I also purchased these pins, which I will use in the middle to put the gear on it as support, because this track is gonna be long. It's gonna be very long. So it's gonna stick out of the angle iron like this, and it's gonna lead the track. It's gonna spin on it, nice and steady. Well, that's how far I got with the plan. Okay, so this is what we come up with so far. I measured the distance between the two angle irons, and I put a track in just in case to make sure I'm not making any mistake. And I'm leaving 1/4 of an inch here as a space on either side. So it can be too tight, so it's gonna get stuck. It can be too loose, so it can move around. It just has to be right. So 1/4 of an inch, it should be enough on both sides. I put the bearings on. These are cool bearings. Actually, they have a grease nipple, so they're pretty good. And I put the bar through. It's very important when you make your marks, you just assemble it temporarily together. Because the slightest mistake you make with the bearings, the bar won't go through anymore. So make sure the bar is spinning nice and free. And now that it is, it's here. So I made my marks. Now I'm gonna make my holes. I'm gonna drill it through. So we drilled the holes for the bearings, for the rear bar, and we bought these pins from Princess Auto. Fits nicely on our gear. Because the track is so long, it's gonna be 8 foot long. We're gonna need something that holds the track up. nice and tight. That's how we like it. Make sure it's nice and straight. Just weld it around. And do this 4 times with both methods. Okay, so far what we have, we weld the pins in, and I think we're just gonna use another angle iron and tie this together at the back. And the reason why we're gonna do it at the back, because this is where the bar going to be. Now this piece here, the track never actually gonna come this far, so it's not gonna be in the way. And then on the front, we're probably gonna do the same thing. So let's do that and we go from there. Okay, go. Did it hurt? Hold on. How is your leg? Okay. So we have the 24-inch on the bottom. We have to make sure we have the 24-inch on the top. And it looks like we just have it. So it's good enough. So this is in place. Looks nice. Now we're just gonna drill holes through here. Put the pins in so I can attach it to my tractor. I'm gonna attach these guys here. These guys gonna keep the track up nice and straight. So as I told you guys, I'm making this up as I go. So I don't know what's the next step after. As soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know. So this is where I'm at right now. I made these little angle iron, attached a bearing to it, just like that. So I'm gonna weld this guy up here, right under this guy. So as the track goes, it's gonna come up on a pulley and then it's gonna hang freely. So it's just gonna keep the track off the dirt. So what I did next, I went to the store and I purchased these. These are for my 3-point hinge for my tractor. So I measured equal distance from here up to here on both sides. So now I'm gonna have this guy. Now I just have to figure out how am I gonna support it in the middle up in the air. So I need some kind of a triangle solution. Alright, so as you can see, I'm kind of accomplishing what I want. The front is no longer dragging on the floor. So everything what I'm doing seems like that it's gonna work, but I guess we're gonna see it at the end. What I did, I cut these little grooves in here. Then I go from there. Okay, so now I have the top part. For the third hole, I just have to wait until it cools a little bit because it's very hot. I'm gonna drill through a pin, and then when I did that, what I have to do, put these giant pipes, support it there, and here at the back. Like this. this side, one for the other side. And then it should be pretty solid. And now I just have to make the side. And the side is going to be plywood. I'm trying to make this as light as possible and just easier to work with wood. So, yeah. Last night when I was done working with this, I realized that I made a mistake. I just want to point it out, so when you make this, you won't make the same mistake that I did. So, I completely forgot about the fact that right now the way it stands is wrong. It's standing up instead of standing down. So this is going to be the front. This has to stand down. So once I flip it, the angle of this whole structure would be totally off and wrong. So I have to cut just this part out and rewelding it into the angle. When this guy hits the ground, this has to be straight up. So, which I'm going to do right now.
Just can't find at any other market. For the ultimate in freshness, visit Mrs. Market today for incredible specials. The ultimate in flavor and the ultimate in saving. Mrs. Market, 55 Green Street South, Tottenham. Online at mrsmarket.com. Like them on Facebook or check out their specials on Flip.
So this is how it looks like when it's actually attached to the tractor. So this is where I am right now. I put that plate right here. This guy is just a simple plate. This is gonna go into the dirt and pick up the potato. And now as you can see, the potato can actually fall out on the side. So what I did, I made these. Just a small tiny steel, doesn't have to be that thick, which is gonna fit right here like that. And I make one for the other side as well. Oh, it actually stays. Okay. So the other one, oh, that's okay. The other one gonna go like this, and the potato should stay in place. So I just gotta weld these two place, and then with the front, I believe I would be done. Except I have to fill up this hole. I have to put another little plate here so the potato wouldn't fall out. Right? Yeah. I just weld this on. Still hot, so I can't really touch it. I spot welded inside. Weld it all the way up there. And on the bottom, straight up. I think my welding skills are improving. My problem is where I got stuck is that I have my PTO outlet right there at the back of my tractor, and I'm trying to figure it out how to connect it with this guy. The PTO to this. So this is the idea. This is what I come up with as the best I can think of. So I have these wheels. Take a piece of metal plate, cut it to size. I have these angle irons. I'm gonna weld on the plate like this. And I'm gonna attach this to the track. Now the reason why I don't want to weld this straight right on it, because it heats up the metal too much and I'm gonna ruin the bearing, which I did before. It was an expensive lesson to learn. So now I'm just gonna weld this together and bolt it together. And when it's done, this is how it's gonna look like. As you can see. This is how it's gonna look like. And when it's on, it's basically gonna be attached like this. I bought this guy for like 40 bucks, which gonna fit on my PTO, just like this. Now I have to attach this to my drive shaft right there, but it has to be kind of dead center, so it wouldn't spin all around like this, it would just spin like that. So what I come up with, that I'm gonna put a piece of metal plate right here, attach the metal plate to the shaft, and what I will do, so what I will do, I will center, I will pull like a cross line between the 4 holes, and where the center is, where the lines meet, I will drill a hole, and that should fit right in there, into that hole. That's the best I can come up with. That should center the 4 holes around this little PTO adapter, and hopefully it's gonna spin straight. And then I'm just have to attach it to my diff. I'm gonna mount the diff up high so it won't be in the way. So this is what I come up with. I'm gonna have this guy. This is just a piece of metal going across. Put the 2 holes there. It's gonna fit on those, and it's important that the diff cannot be too much on this side or that side. I want to try to keep the angle straight. I still have to support the hanger bearing. Keep it straight, but also the shaft have to reach out enough so the chain would stay. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a challenge, but I like challenge. So I'm gonna try to do this now. I have to put it high enough so the diff won't bother the potato as it's going through. And I put it in an angle, as you can see. This line, it's in an angle because the way I mounted, I wanted the diff to be, the differential to be kind of as straight as possible with the shaft. I had this crazy idea. I just put this rubber band here to hold the hanger bearing for now, as it holds it in place. So I might give it a try to start it on and see if it's actually gonna fall apart or it's actually gonna work. So let's give it a try. Let's actually try to starting it up, and we'll see what happens. Is it gonna spin or is it gonna fall apart? Just waiting for the tractor. Okay, it's spinning. I just have to mount this up straight, make it spin like this, parallel with that, and it's good. So let's give it a try and see how it is right now before I'm welding it down. That spins, chain spins. Yeah, it looks pretty straight to me. So I guess this is how it's gonna be. So this is how it's gonna be. I just have to make my marks here, weld the gear onto the bar. I still have to weld these guys, because right now everything just freely spins. The body just freely spins right now, as you can tell. So guys, I'm making this video for you, so you would learn from my mistakes. So I made 2 mistakes. One mistake, well, luckily it still works, but one mistake that I used this diff. This is a Honda CR-V diff, as I mentioned it before, and it's a real-time all-wheel drive diff. It means it has a clutch inside. So if the track is too heavy, the clutch might slip. It doesn't slip right now, but it might slip. So if you can use a diff from a rear-wheel drive car, they don't have the clutch in it. You can just lock the diff and it's gonna work fine. Other mistake, I put the wrong gear to the wrong place. I put the small one here before, and that made the track go faster than the PTO, which is not good. We need torque. So I had to cut it off and I had to switch it. So the small gear goes on the shaft and the big gear goes on the track. So this is what you have to do. Once you put the gears on, you can weld down the smaller gear which was on the shaft. As you can see, I welded it down. So this is now solid. Once I start the tractor, this is going to start spinning. But the other gear, however, I shouldn't weld it down. This gear has to spin freely, because I have to find the straight line, right? So I think I knocked it in too much once I put it on. I'm going to start the tractor. I'm going to demonstrate how is it done. Once this starts spinning, and it's not going to spin the track, it's just going to spin freely, it's going to go into place, where is it nice and straight. I'm going to stop the tractor and then I'm going to weld it down. And I'm going to make sure that it's nice and straight. So, let's see. That was it. That's all I needed. Now I know everything is nice and straight. It's not going to fall off. Now I can weld it down. So, we welded down everything. Everything is good. Chain not too tight. I should have put a tensioner here. Adjustable tensioner. I just didn't want to suffer with it. So, we still have to clear this up. This is just temporary, but let's give it a try. Let's start it up and see if it works. Or is it going to fall apart? That's what it's happening. Looks good. All right, I think we are done. It is finished. Wow, I even add this plywood here. This little controlling box. As you can see, everything is done. Well, I already tested. I mean, the track and everything. I never actually used it. And this little cart here, we use it to bring the garbage out to the front of the driveway. And I was thinking, why not just using this to collect the potato in it? So if everything goes as planned, it's supposed to be just a very little dirt, or maybe none, supposed to come, and the potatoes all should fall in this, so we don't have to break our bags to collect all the potatoes. And I hook it up with this thing, with this little hook thing, so I can just hook it like this, and it's off. Let's hook it in, and as I go slowly, I'm gonna pull it right behind me, and if I want, I can even try to find a way to have this bag attached there somehow to collecting it in it, but it's not necessary. I think it looks pretty good. I'm happy. Just another reminder, if you do it the same way as I did, this part of the harvester machine, it's only for transporting. So I will put this guy on when I want to transport it. I want to lift up the whole thing off the ground. So I'm not gonna drag it. Who knows where I'm gonna go with it. And once I'm actually wanna use it, I have to disconnect this, and then I'm gonna be able to moving it up and down. I put the hanger bearing of the shaft on rubber. As you can see, like this, it has some flexibility because the angle gonna change as soon as I put this down a little bit more into the dirt to pick up the potato. The angle gonna change, the diff gonna come higher. So I'm gonna need a little bit of a flexibility there.